On behalf of the Operating Committee, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 American Control Conference. Thank you for joining us this week. My name is George Chu from Purdue University, and I'm the General Chair for this year's conference. The annual American Control Conference is organized by the American Automatic Control Council. The Council is the national member organization representing U.S. automatic control communities in the International Federation of Automatic Control. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jay Farrell, the President of the American Automatic Control Council, to say a few words. Jay?
Hello and good morning. My name is Jay Farrell. I'm President of the American Automatic Control Council. I'm here to welcome you to the 2021 American Control Conference. In addition to welcoming you to the conference, my main purpose in this brief presentation is to tell you about the American Automatic Control Council and its relationship to the International Federation of Automatic Control. The mission of A²C² is to promote cooperation amongst the various segments of the automatic control profession in the U.S. and to represent the U.S. internationally. I've listed here the structure of the American Automatic Control Council, and I'm going to go through it in the next few slides. And as I do, please remember that everybody working to organize the American Automatic Control Council is a volunteer. There are no paid staff. With the mission of promoting cooperation among the various segments of the automatic control profession in the U.S., the A²C² members are 9 professional societies, which I have listed here. Each of these societies appoints a member to the A²C² Board of Directors. The Board of Directors meets twice per year with additional email interactions between meetings to do the business of A²C². The A²C² officers and committees perform the executive functions to implement the decisions of the Board of Directors. Each year, the American Control Conference is organized by a committee led by a general chair and a program chair. They begin their work 5 years in advance and finish about 1 year after the conference. This slide shows the members of the 2021 ACC Operating Committee, led by George Chu as general chair and Christy Morganson as program chair. They've worked together from 2016 to 2020, planning the ACC 2021 as an in-person event to be held in New Orleans, then began in 2020 planning this event in its current online format. Thank you, members of the 2021 ACC Operating Committee. Without your extraordinary efforts, we would not have this conference, which starts today, and we look forward to seeing your dedicated efforts come to fruition over the next few days. This slide lists the dates of the next 5 ACCs, along with the currently known leadership personnel. We are hoping and planning to return to an in-person format starting again with ACC 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me reiterate that each ACC and A²C² is organized by volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering, please talk to either an A²C² officer or an ACC general chair. We'll be glad to have you involved. Another important activity of A²C² is organizing awards to recognize the distinguished accomplishments of our colleagues. The A²C² awards ceremony is normally held at the ACC. This did not occur in 2020 and will not happen in 2021 because the A²C² leadership decided to recognize the awardees with an in-person event. The plan is for the 2020 and 2021 A²C² award ceremonies to be held before the opening ceremony of ACC 2022 on Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. The 2022 A²C² award ceremony will be held at its normal time on Thursday, June 9th of 2022. Please plan your 2022 ACC travel accordingly. We hope to see you at the award ceremonies. The 2021 ACC Awards ceremony will be held this Wednesday, May 26th at 12:20 p.m. U.S. Eastern Daylight Time. Let me take this opportunity to remind you the A²C² awards, their criteria, and the nomination forms are all listed on the A²C² website. We would love to have you nominate a distinguished colleague for an award. Going back to the purpose of A²C² on slide 2, A²C² represents the U.S. automatic control community as the NMO to IFAC. To introduce IFAC, please join me in welcoming Professor Hajime Asama, who is president of IFAC from 2020 to 2023.
I'm Hajime Asama, the president of IFAC. I'd like to congratulate the successful organization of ACC 2021. Although it is a pity that the conference must be held virtually due to the COVID-19. As a representative of IFAC, a co-sponsoring organization, I am very pleased to hear that many papers were submitted to ACC 2021 and the high quality of ACC could be continuously held as in previous years. A²C², the main sponsor of ACC 2021, is the USA NMO of IFAC, a representative organization for automatic control in United States of America. I would like to thank A²C² for its great support of IFAC over the course of many years. We are facing various societal problems to solve. The pandemic, such as COVID-19, is also one of them. There are many issues to which theories and technologies of automatic control can be applied, and the control community can make a contribution, such as political decision-making and infection control, and operation in vaccination. While automatic control is rather the key technology to derive the solutions to solve these societal problems. Moreover, international solidarity is clearly important and essential to tackle the societal problems. It is expected to construct an arena for cooperation by holding international conferences such as the ACC and IFAC technical events. IFAC World Congress 2023 is planned to be held as an in-person event. I do really hope that COVID-19 will calm down in the world and we can meet each other, discuss, and chat physically as soon as possible. At last, as the IFAC president, I really hope the future development of ACC continues to be successful and wish for good health for all of you, as well as that of your loved ones, colleagues, and neighbors. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jay and Professor Asama, for speaking to us today. When New Orleans was selected as the site for the 2021 ACC in 2017, we were excited to be the first ACC to come to this colorful and vibrant city with a diverse and distinctive rhythm, style, and attitude. Unfortunately, considering the uncertainty with travel for majority of the participants and the challenges to ensure a safe and engaging experience while social distancing, we have made the difficult decision to host the ACC as a virtual conference. To help us in this transition, we try to learn from other control-related virtual conferences while leveraging new features offered by Paper Plaza and other platforms in ways that we think will provide more accessible and inviting experience. One major change to this year's conference schedule is to limit the technical program to just over 3 hours a day, from 9 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time for 4 days. We hope this will provide participants the opportunity to attend other responsibilities when attending the conference virtually from their home or workplace. This also gave us the opportunity to choose a time period that will be less disruptive for participants from around the world. ACC is a conference organized by volunteers from our community. I'm very grateful to have an outstanding team of colleagues and friends who have stepped up to take on new tasks and challenges associated with organizing a virtual conference with little or no precedence. The entire team devoted a significant portion of their personal and family time to make this conference possible. There's not enough time and words to thank everyone that made this event possible. I hope the conference itself may serve as a partial thanks and a source of satisfaction. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Christy Morganson, the program chair of this year's conference, to share more details regarding the technical programs.
Hello and welcome. I am Christy Morganson, and it has been my pleasure to serve as the program chair for the 2021 American Control Conference. This past year has been not at all what we expected when we first started building out the conference several years ago, but we have all been so impressed with how our community has stepped up to provide high caliber content, adapt to new formats, and join us here for this event. As an important point, I want to give a huge thank you to our General Chair, George Chu, to the full OpCom, to the program committee, the associate editors, and of course the reviewers. A quality conference of this size relies on so many hours of volunteered time to handle all of the details. We received 1,255 paper submissions this year, of which 297 were through the new option of the LCSS publication. Of those submissions, 798 were accepted for an acceptance rate of roughly 64%, which is typical for any year of ACC, much less one in a pandemic. We have many invited sessions, tutorials, and special sessions for everyone to explore. At any time, you can check the conference website for guidance and details about the program and operations. The technical content is being provided in two systems: the Paper Plaza virtual conference platform for the plenaries and the traditional format presentations, the rapid interactive presentations, which is a format started last year in the 2020 conference, along with the sponsor activities and receptions, will be in spatial chat. As you're watching presentations and reading papers, please think about nominating a paper for the O. Hugo Shuck Award in either the theory or application categories. Information is available on the conference website and in the spatial chat rooms about that process. The deadline is in December, so you have plenty of time. And now we'd like to invite everyone to join us in the Paper Plaza virtual conference platform for the first plenary of the conference by our esteemed colleague, Professor Anu Anaswamy.